On Wednesday, November 15th, the 27 member states of the European Union, EU, as committed in July, signed the Samoa Agreement. Of the 79 members of the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, OACPS, 41 member states signed in Samoa and 3 signed prior to the meeting. This is a total of 44. Among these 44, there were 6 countries from the Caribbean OACPS Forum, CARIFORUM, Barbados, Belize, Dominican Republic, Haiti, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Suriname. 35 OACPS members did not sign. The Roman Catholic Archbishop of Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, Most Rev. Charles Jason Gordon, seen in a video clip, passionately welcomed Trinidad and Tobago, not signing this agreement, which he interpreted as the EU imposing upon Trinidad and Tobago an ideology and a value system that is not theirs. He stated that by signing this agreement, Trinidad and Tobago would be required to impose legislation allowing abortion, transgender, LGBTQ, comprehensive sex education, and a range of other values foreign to his country.
My turn for talk. You see, the Samoa agreement up there, and everybody really understand it. And so I will get into it a little bit. And you see the brother there, the PM, Andrew Wallace, yeah man, I tell you, the brother they're smart, you know. Because when he come out and say, yo, hate speech laws, we should have recognize, say I prepare with something bigger than just hate speech laws. Hate speech laws are needed in order to ensure that the European Union framework and ideologies can be sustained in accordance with the agreement. Now this Samoa agreement is one between the European Union, African, Caribbean and Pacific states. You see, so not just Jamaica alone in it. See? And I believe that the Samoa agreement, based on my understanding, can actually help countries financially. But at what cost? Watch a video, then we give further comments.
Power is not exercised on your own behalf. Power is exercised on behalf of God. Today is a very special day in the world. It's a once-in-a-generation day. Today, 79 nations are meeting. The African, Caribbean, and Pacific nations are meeting to sign a document. And it's an EU agreement with the African, Caribbean, and Pacific countries. And the document is written as a trade agreement and as agreement of support financially, etc., for the African, Caribbean, and Pacific nations. But embedded in that agreement, and when it is signed, it is for 20 years, it cannot be revoked. When it embedded in that agreement is anyone who signs that agreement will have abortion legislation in their countries. They will have to impose abortion legislations, transgender, LGBTQ, comprehensive sex education, a whole range of values will be imposed because of the signing of the document. And what a wonderful day to have this reading. That leaders are not there for themselves, they are there for God. And they don't represent their ideology or their need to beg or their need to find whatever. They're there to represent what is right, what is true, what is noble, and what is beautiful. That's what leaders are there for. That's why they are elected. And the terrible thing is that we don't have a culture of advocacy in Trinidad and Tobago with our leaders. We put them there and we think, okay, they run themselves for the 5 years, and then after the 5 years, we decide to put them back or change them. And we don't see democracy as an engagement with the leadership in an ongoing conversation about what is good, true, noble, and beautiful for the nation. And so we put them there, and well, it's their business. But if they sign this, For 20 years, the nation is going to be in trouble. For 20 years. For 20 years. Now, people think that we are in a post-colonial society. And I keep hearing the term and I keep asking myself, I don't know what they're talking about. There's nothing more colonial than LBGT ideology. Nothing more colonial than that. Than LBGT ideology.
That was Bishop Jason Gordon. And him talk about democracy a while ago. Democracy is not real, brethren. I speak to all Jamaicans to understand that democracy is a facade. You see, if democracy did real, especially in this country, we would have our prime minister, our opposition, or any one of the representatives them taking their voices to any one of the media platforms to detail information regarding the Samoa Agreement so that the people may have a say through voting in acceptance or rejection of this Samoa Agreement in order to determine whether or not it will be beneficial to us culturally, economically, and even socially. I'm not seeing none of that happen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I cannot recall ever being called upon as a people to vote for any policy that is about to be implemented within this country, especially when it comes on to international agreements. So the long and short, democracy is not real. So make we move on. Now, more if you address this sex education thing. Apparently, this Samoa Agreement also include introducing these things to we picking them. And we are no fool. We know say the alphabet them want to introduce to we picking them. We already see the book them. You see me? Them want we picking if you grow up and don't know who them be. Can't identify themselves as what they are. Them fear call themselves dog, puss, trans, this, all kind of thing. You see me? In the video it talk about 20 years. So the Samoa Agreement will last about 20 years. So check from your picking here one basic school situation from about 2 years old. You realize your indoctrination them a try bring in, don't it? Yeah man. Them a go indoctrinate with picking them. Over sexualize with picking them. Confuse with picking them. To suit them agenda. That's all like a freaking nasty. Listen man. As me I say yo, me not infringe upon nobody right to be who them want to be. But why you bring picking in it? For years scientists identify us as higher class animals. So you tell me say we can grow up and decide to be who we want to be. Me understand if you want to teach tolerance. But why the if you over-sexualize you picking them? That no make no sense to me. I don't understand. And the Jamaican people stand up and watch this a blab. Alright, make that terminate this whole on. The bishop also mentioned that the LGBTQ ideology being forced upon the people. There's nothing more colonial than that. And I agree. I oppress them, I oppress we. Because the same kind of colonial leaders and members we have forced these ideologies in our black communities and power lick up picking in them, imagine. And them same kind of colonial leaders and members they bugger with our parents. You see me? And reduce that man integrity and bodily autonomy and shit to rubble. Fuck man pride in every way. How we are gonna say we are a godly nation with how much church. That's why I don't believe in a church. Listen man, look how much church we have per square mile. Eh? Church there in Jamaica like a corner shop to blow. I mean I hear no serious uprising against this. I could have fooled me to blow, I'm telling you.
Biden has a document that he has signed that every department of America interfacing with every other country must make this a mandate in any relationship between the states. The EU is imposing upon us an ideology that is not ours and a value system that is not ours. And if we don't understand and wake up and smell the coffee quickly, we will find ourselves with values, with laws, with expectations, and with things being touted as rights that have nothing to do with us Caribbean people. Wake up and smell the coffee. It ain't far away, it's right here.
Notwithstanding that the minister did not name those who have objected to the Samoa Agreement, it is known that an anti-gay rights, anti-abortion group called Jamaica Coalition for a Healthy Society has campaigned against the agreement. Their claim is that the EU is using the pact to promote and normalize homosexuality, as well as the disruption of accepted family values in Jamaica and elsewhere. If you throw in a reference to colonialism and slavery, these are all issues which generate a lot of emotion in this region.
I would like to ask Jamaica Foreign Minister Carmina Johnson-Smith, how much money did you and Andrew Holness sold out Jamaicans' rights for? And how is the money going to be used? I would like to thank Unrecognized King for his input in this video. Please go over to Unrecognized King TikTok channel and follow him. He has some amazing contents on his channel. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.
My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parent's consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.